твои сны, тебя достаточно. Касаюсь на щите, тебя твои сны, тебя достаточно. Касаюсь на щите, тебя твои сны, тебя достаточно. Касаюсь на щите, тебя твои сны.
Hey guys, welcome to the Meet Damien channel. It's Damien. I'm currently live streaming here from D'Angelo's right now because I'm getting my car worked on right now, and this is like the closest place where I could find some good Wi-Fi. Anyways, we're doing this live stream here. Hopefully you guys are able to hear me. Let me do a quick sound check. Let me just double check here. We're doing this live. Alright, yeah, you guys can hear me. I can hear myself. Alright, so here we got Bitcoin currently trading at $117,200, and I think we're still threatening to go down the lower levels here. We're still threatening to go down to the 0.65 retracement level at 114,500. That would be the area that I think Bitcoin could go down to if we are actually gonna start losing our support. We do have the 21 EMA trying to act as support at $117,000. We keep threatening to go below it. Just waiting to see if the dam's going to break or not. I think the markets are on edge right now because of the Donald Trump meeting and with Putin, the Russian President Putin. They're trying to figure out which direction the market's going to go, because I think, after that meeting is over, we're going to find out whether or not we're going to get tariffs on Russia and tariffs on the trading partners of Russia, like India and China. Might get hit with some retaliatory tariffs, and I think the markets are just factoring that in right now. But we can take a look at the charts, see what the oscillators are doing, see what the indicators are showing here, to get a better idea as to what Bitcoin might do next here. Okay, let me go ahead and turn on the oscillators and the indicators. So we actually did get a red dot here on the daily time frame for market cipher B. which is not good. Okay, that's not good. This means that we might see some selling going into the next few days, maybe next week here. Okay, last time we had a red dot, if you guys remember, we had a red dot here on July 16th, and we know the last couple of weeks of July weren't the best weeks for crypto. It wasn't until we got that green buy dot here on August 7th that we actually had a few good days here, but looks like it might be short-lived because now we're getting a red dot here on Market Cipher B. So that's like my little cheat sheet Market Cipher B indicator here. You can find this on TradingView. If you go into the indicators here, all right, look for Market Cipher B free version by Falcon Coin. That's the indicator that I'm using on the bottom here. Okay. Then if we look at the MACD on the daily time frame, you can see that the buying pressure is dying down as well. We had a little bit of buying pressure here last Sunday, right? And this Monday that we had earlier in the week sent us up to higher prices where we saw Bitcoin top out at like $124,000 on Wednesday night. And then, yesterday morning, Thursday morning, we got the bad PPI report. And now today the market is not sure what to do with Trump's tariffs. So we got that putting the buying pressure lower on us right now. The buying pressure is not as steep and exciting as it was back here in July when we got that stablecoin bill and the Genius Act. That is that excitement is not coming here for August. Okay, so we might have a short-lived rally here, and Bitcoin might be going down to lower prices from what the charts are showing to me right now, unless we get some good news out of the Trump Putin meeting. Okay, let me see what you guys let me come into the live chat, see what you guys are saying here. Kim, we're talking about why crypto is dipping right now. We had a bad PPI report yesterday, and then now the markets are on edge about what is Donald Trump going to do with Putin and possible tariffs against Putin and whoever does business with Russia. The markets are not liking the uncertainty right now. That's the best way I could put it as of now. The markets don't like the uncertainty and the possibility that there might not be anything good coming out of this meeting. I see we got Duality C in the live stream here on my YouTube, and Kevin, I see you in here. Good afternoon to you as well. Okay. But yeah, let's we had some economic news that came out earlier today. Retail sales was actually pretty decent. Let me see if I can go into that real quick here. Look at the economic calendar here one more time. So if I scroll down to here on Friday, we actually had good retail sales here for the month of July. Not as good as it was back in last month, but just as expected. So the consumer is still consuming. It's the best way to put it. Okay. Going into next week, we don't really have that much interesting information as far as my opinion goes here. We do have the FOMC meeting minutes, the minutes of the meeting on Wednesday. That could give us some visibility as to like what the Federal Reserve is going to do with interest rates. And then next Thursday, we have existing home sales and flash PMI services and manufacturing. That could be, I think next Thursday is going to be a big economic news day. That's what we have looking forward to for next week. But going back over here to Bitcoin and crypto, are we getting a little bit of a bounce? I think we might actually be getting a little bit of bounce here. Okay. Let me go into the 1 hour time frame, see what the 1 hour time frame is showing here. So we have on the 1 hour time frame, we have lost the 200 MA on Bitcoin, right? We lost that around like 8 o'clock in the morning here. Market started selling off, Wall Street started selling off, and we actually broke the lows from yesterday, where we got as low as like $117,208. Yeah, we actually got lower than that this afternoon here, where we saw Bitcoin go down to $116,859. Okay, we're kind of coming up on some support right. some sideways trading here back at on Friday, August 8th, where we saw trading at 116,500. That could be another support level, but it's also, you know, $670 less than where we are right now. I think an even better support level is going to be right here at 114,500, where we saw Bitcoin kind of rally off of that level here, make a higher low on the 1 hour time frame back here on August 7th. We also saw some sideways trading action at that level as well. And I already showed it on a chart here, but 114.5 is a Fibonacci level for us to look out for that we haven't actually gone down to yet in this retracement that we're getting. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Ethereum, DOT, and Solana. Appreciate that request there. Chiyama, sure. We'll do those, okay? We'll take a look at Ethereum next, and then we'll look at Solana and then Polkadot. Thank you. Alright. So, I still think Bitcoin's on its way down. Just getting a nice shallow pullback to that golden pocket level, that $114,000. If I go back into the daily time frame here, we do have a 50-day moving average, which is going to be this green line coming up here as I start to zoom in a little bit. We do have a green 50-day moving average sitting at 110,400. So that level is confluent with the $110,700 level here with the 0.5 retracement set. That could be another level to be looking out for. We could, you know, see Bitcoin try to get some support at $110,000 if we do come down to lower prices here. All right, moving on to Ethereum. We see Ethereum is currently trading at $4,400, down 3% today. And what do we got here for Ethereum? I do not have a fib that I pulled down here. Actually, I do. I take that back. I do have a fib. I drew the fib from like 4,100 down to $1,400 Ethereum. We might actually come down, try to make a retest off of that 4,100 level, which was a level that Ethereum was at back here in December of 2024, where we saw $4,100 Ethereum. That might be where Ethereum gets some support. We also have the 21 EMA racing up to try to give us a little bit of support. That's sitting at 3,900. I would expect Ethereum probably to get some support at 3,900 and 4,100, in between those levels. Let me go ahead and we'll zoom into the 4 hour time frame, see if there's any more support levels to look at. We got the 50-day at 39.82 and the 100 moving average at 3,900. So I still think 3,900, anywhere between 39 and 4,100 is where I think Ethereum could get some support at if we do come down to lower levels. And I'll just go ahead and try to mark that off here with a rectangle. Right here from 4,100 down to 3,900. This is an area that I would say you should be considering buying ETH, okay, at this lower level here, okay, because you do have some sideways trading action back here on the middle of August here, starting around August 8th. We saw some sideways trading price action at that level. And I just think that's a level that should act as support if there is going to be any support. But we might have to just come right down to that $3,900 level for Ethereum, where you got even more support at that price level there. Okay. Now going forward, if Ethereum does catch some bids here, we still want to see if Ethereum is going to actually make that upside target of $4,800, which is the previous all-time high from the last cycle. I still think that could be in play here if we get some good news coming out of the Trump Putin meeting, and we don't get any tariffs put on us. I see BC Pork Corp is in the live stream. Good to see you, BC Pork Corp. Guys, this is going to be a relatively short live stream because I'm operating on battery power on my laptop. I wasn't able to find an electrical outlet over here. But, you know, I still want to get this live stream in for you guys. Let me just show you guys real quick BC Port Corp. He came into the chat here. We'll do a quick shout out to BC Port Corp. So guys, if you want to get some more good technical analysis on the days that I don't actually live stream here, you can find BC Port Corp. He does market analysis here for the stock market and crypto. Okay, and let's see, when's the last time you went live? When was the last time you went live, BC? About a few days ago. Okay, so maybe not as frequent as me, but hopefully we'll see him show up on the live stream here soon. Alright, moving on back to crypto. We'll take a look at the Solana, because that was a request here. And then we'll take a look at Polkadot after that. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. I know we're having a bad day in the markets and people don't want to really look at crypto. But this is a good time to learn as much as you can about crypto. And learn as much as you can about the technical analysis so you can become better traders here. And I'm just trying to help you guys become better traders. And I think the least you can do is just hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and smash that like button, guys. Smash it. Alright, so we have Solana currently trading at $185.77, down 3.5% today. And I did like the fact that Solana did make a higher high on the daily time frame here. We saw Solana get up to $210, which was higher than that $206 back here on July 22nd, but it was a slight higher high, okay? Nothing to like write home to mom about, okay? But we're still in the levels here. I think this $195 level is an important level for Solana to recapture if we can start catching the bids here for Solana. And if we do, then the next level to look out for is that $218 and $226 level, which is the golden pocket level for Solana. I would like to see us actually get up there and recapture it. But right now, we're kind of ping-ponging back and forth between $195 down to this other level here at $170, which is a 0.382 retracement. That 0.382 retracement might be where we come down next and get some support and try to just validate that as possibly a higher low here before we go up to higher prices on Solana. Yeah. Solana, I really think, yeah, that 0.382 was a level that we kind of ping pong and we kind of used that as a support back here in May. So this could actually end up being support again as we try to, you know, gather up some steam to go up to the upside here on Solana. Alright, I'm just reading BC's chat here. You said much love. You go live in the mornings on Piper Academy. You only go live on your channel once a week. Oh, okay. You're gonna have to like send me the link to Piper Academy so that way I can check that out. And then we can probably take a look at. I could at the very least I can look at your live stream on Piper Academy if you send that link to me. All right. So we got a few more people here showing up on TikTok live stream. Guys, appreciate you hitting that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'll just ask that one more time. It gets tough on days like today when the markets are down. No one really wants to look at crypto because it makes them feel bad about, you know, their positions that they're in. And it's really hard to get people to show up, and then actually it's really hard for me to get people to actually like the live stream as well. But I appreciate you guys hitting that like button if you can. All right, so that'll be my last, you know, that'll be my last ask for a like here for now. So Solana, downside target is going to be probably this $171 level here, where you can probably scoop up some cheaper Solana. Upside target, we're gonna see if we can actually get above this last high here at $210 and actually try to make it to that $225 level here for Solana. I think it's steady as she goes for Solana. Still making an uptrend here. Okay, if I quickly draw this out, you're still kind of doing this uptrend here. If we lose this uptrend, then I'd start worrying about Solana. Maybe if we lose 171 bucks, I would start to get concerned about Solana. But we also got some moving averages below us that could provide support at like 165 bucks. So I think Solana's fine for now. All right, we'll move on to what was that request that you had here? Was it Polkadot? I gotta look at the chat again. Yeah, Polkadot. All right, so looking at that Polkadot. And guys, if you have requests, put them in now, because this is going to be a shorter than normal live stream, only because I'm operating on battery power on my laptop here. So I haven't really been able to find an outlet at this D'Angelo's that I'm sitting at as I'm waiting for my car to get worked on at the mechanic. Alright, so we have Polkadot currently trading at $3.89 here. Looking at the daily time frame here. Polkadot is at a area of support that it should be trying to hold at. That support level is the 0.382 level at $3.92. You know, it doesn't have to be exact, it's just kind of like a zone for us to be looking for here. You also got the 21 EMA acting as support at 388, so we don't want to lose these levels here that we're already at for Polkadot, because if we lose this level, there's not that much support on the daily time frame before we end up coming right down to like maybe the 0.236 level here at $3.58. I think 358 could act as support one last time, hopefully, maybe one more time if we actually do come down to those levels. But yeah, it's looking like bad news bears if you lose that 388 level on Polkadot, which you're kind of at right now. You do not want to go any lower than where you are with Polkadot. Alright, appreciate that. Appreciate that that link there, BC4 Corp. Alright, so yeah, if Polkadot's able to hold steady where it's at right now, then we're going to see if we can revisit this 0.5 level here at $4.20. I think $4.20 is your next stop going up to higher prices. It's also where the 200-day moving average is sitting at 422. So I think 420 is going to be a tough nut to crack for Polkadot until it can prove that it can crack that nut, get above the 200-day moving average, use it as support rather than resistance, and then we could try to see if we're going to make our way up to the 618 retracement at $4.48, $4.50 level here for Polkadot. Okay, so this is one level at a time. Hold this level where you're at right now, then we're going to shoot for 420. Then after 420, we're going to shoot for 450 on Polkadot before we then consider going to higher prices like the 786 at 488. Those are the levels. I love my Fibonacci numbers here. I also love it when the moving averages are hitting the Fibonacci levels, because that gives me confluence. And this right now, I think the top side target for now for Polkadot is $4.20. Let's see how Polkadot does when it gets up to that level, and then we'll just move on from there to figure out what the next level might be for Polkadot. Alright, let's see. Do I have any more requests here? Let's see. I'm looking at my TikTok live stream, and I see TikTok is saying that some comments were filtered to protect the community's experience. Are there people swearing up a storm up in here and trying to take out their anger out on crypto in May because crypto is going down right now? We said crypto was going to go down yesterday after that report that we got, that PPI report. And I just think the uncertainty is killing the market right now. We're hanging on to dear life here with Bitcoin. But just going back to Bitcoin, like I said, you know, for those who missed out on it, we did have a red sell dot that came in on a Friday, August 15th. That's today. On Market Cypher B. Market Cypher B is saying that today might be a good day to sell some crypto if you haven't done so already. And today might actually be the beginning of a downtrend. Okay? Because usually after that red dot comes in, you get a few more red days in the market. Like last time we had a red dot here on Market Cypher B was July 16th. And we all know towards the end of July, it was not a good, you know, a good couple of weeks there for July, right? If I go back to like July 16th here, okay, that was like right around here is when that red dot showed up on market cipher B. You had a bunch of sideways trading action on Bitcoin, and then you had a dump here towards the beginning of August before we actually caught the bids here again. Okay, so when that red dot shows up on market cipher B, right, you kind of want to pay attention to that. That red dot came here on July 16th, and you would have avoided all this mess here until the green dot showed up here on August 7th, and then you would have caught a little bit of the bids here, but it looks like this was a short-lived rally. If this is the end of the rally here, you know, for August, then yeah, we might have to come back and revisit 114K, 113K all over again. Maybe even try 110K, see if that holds. Let's see, how low did we go back in August? We came down to like 112, 111.9K. Does that have to try to provide support again for us in the near future for August? I know it's a little bit hard to be bullish right now, especially when you got these red candles showing up. You got that bearish engulfing candle here on the daily time frame, and then you got some follow through here the next day. Leads them to believe that we're going to see 114K at the very least. Alright, it's Colco is saying we should take a look at Pulse Chain. Okay, we'll take a look at Pulse Chain. And let's see if there's any other requests here on TikTok. No, not yet. We'll go ahead and take a look at Pulse Chain though. Appreciate that request. And guys, I'm going to try to go live as long as I can, but I'm operating on battery power because I'm not at my home right now. And there's no outlets over here for me to charge up the computer. So we'll go as long as the computer lets me here. We're currently looking at Pulse Chain, currently trading at about a penny actually, down 6.3% today. And it looks like I already had previous chart work here, and we came down to this 618 Fibonacci level here at a penny. If this doesn't hold, then I'm not sure if 0.5 retracement is going to hold at 0.00926 pennies. But more likely, we might actually come right down to this 0.382 level here on Pulse Chain, where you got the 200-day moving average that could act as support at 843. So I think 800 could be a cheaper level to buy some Pulse Chain if you're inclined to do so. It would be also nice to see us kind of retest the 200-day moving average, use that as support to then bounce us up to higher prices, and then you could see the higher prices for Pulse Chain, where we're looking at the 1272 at 0.017 pennies. Could be a take profit target in the near future. And then also we got the 1618 saying that we could see 2 pennies for Pulse Chain. And then maybe later on in 2025, going into 2026, we might see 3 pennies and then 4 pennies. That's your 3618 and your 2618 right there for Pulse Chain. Trying to look at the oscillators here. Your RSI is in neutral territory. Your MACD is showing red candles here. And our little cheat sheet, market cipher B, you had a red dot that came in on Sunday, August 10th. But the beautiful thing about having a red dot is that after the red dot will come a green dot. So you're just waiting for a green dot to come in on market cipher B. When you see that green dot come in, then you know like it's okay. You got the green light to buy some some Pulse Chain here, and you should have a few good days, maybe even a couple of good weeks once you see that green dot show up. Last time you had a green dot was like back here on July 18th, and I think July 18th. If we look at here on the charts, you would have caught this nice little move up here on Pulse Chain. Where Pulse Chain went from where did it go? From like July 18th, right over here down, you know, to the move that we got here on the end of July. We saw 167% gain. So that green buy dot, when it shows up, that could be money making time. Money making time, yep. So you're saying that's not pulse chain, that's hex. Okay, so that's the problem with pulse chain, is that I can't really I have a hard time finding this thing here on do you know the ticker symbol and the exchange that it's on? We're over here taking a look at cryptocurrencies here, and we're looking for pulse chain. Cloco, you need to give me the actual you need to actually give me the actual chain here. You know, the ticker symbol. I'll try hex. Let's see what hex says. Hex USD maybe. Is this the one that you're looking for? Is this the crypto that you are looking for? Are these the droids that we're looking for? We're looking at hex here at 0.0035 pennies, and see, this thing is delisted, so I don't know if I can even give you good data. This is data. This thing got delisted in December of 2024, so I don't know what to tell you here. But we're gonna move on to BC Port Corp's request here for NVO. Take a look at that. Oh, is that what Pulse Chain's ticker symbol is? PLS? Crypto, Pulse Chain. I'm still having a hard time finding it. Well, what exchange does Pulse Chain trade on? Is this the one that we're looking for? Pulse Chain, 0.00265 pennies here. If I have to use, I can't use Dex Screener, because if I use Dex Screener, then my TikTok live stream is gonna get taken down. I can't do Dex Screener. But is this the price that we're looking at? The one that you want? 0.00026, basically 26.51. Is that the price that we're looking for Pulse Chain? If not, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but I could quickly do a Fibonacci on this one here. Moving on from the top down to the bottom here. Looks like you are trading right around the 0.5 retracement, in between the 0.5 and the 0.382. If we continue down, maybe the 0.382 could act as support here. I don't see much moving averages. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be able to do Pulse Chain because I can't find it on TradingView here. So if I can't find it on TradingView, I can't do it for you. All right, I'm going to move on to NVO. Novo. Wait, oh wait, no, we want this as a stock. That's right. NVO. Novo Nordisk on the New York Stock Exchange. This is a pharmaceutical company. Oh wow. Okay. There's a lot of gaps on the price here. Is this like a small market cap? Oh wow, no. Market cap is $224 billion. But why is there so much choppiness? The candles, there's like so much gaps. Like there's a gap here, some more gaps in between. Anyways, I'm just getting familiar with the stock because I'm looking at it for the first time here. Looks like you've seen your best days here back in July of 2024. So this thing as high as 145 bucks. And now we're down to like $52 here. We're basically trading at the same prices that people were buying this stock back here in September of 2022. Okay, so looking at the moving averages, you're clearly below all the moving averages here. And I guess, you know, what I want to know is this thing going to bottom out here, or is it going to still continue dropping? Okay. Let me go ahead and turn the oscillators here. See if we can find any hope here for Novo. So I'm looking at the RSI in particular here. We had an RSI of like 25 back in April 7th, and then RSI like 23 on July 30th here, so you're still doing lower lows on the RSI, and you're making lower lows on the price, so you haven't really bottomed out yet. At least you're not getting any bullish divergence from what I'm seeing. I see selling pressure on the MACD is still continuing, but you lost a little bit of selling pressure, and now you got a little bit of buying pressure showing up right now. I'm just trying to see if there's any rosy picture I could paint here. And then also here on, looks like Friday, August 8th, you got a green buy dot that showed up on market cipher B. But after green will come red at some point. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could say you're bottoming out here, but it is nice to see that you're coming up on the support levels here from like 2022. 2022 is where most people were buying this stock at that price, $52. That's the only thing I think that is holding this thing up from going to lower prices here. Now I'm going to turn the VRVP. That probably is going to give us a little ideas like where the support levels might be here. You came right down to the value area low, this white line at $44.88. You got a high volume node there. Looks like that was the bounce that you were looking for here on Novo. However, if we start losing $52 and we actually lose like $47 here, I'm not sure if this level is going to hold before we come down to lower prices here. We could see this thing come down to like 35, 36 bucks, where you got high volume node here on the VRVP that could provide support. Okay, so this VRVP indicator is helpful at figuring out where the levels might be, where you might actually get some support, especially when you're below all the moving averages here. The moving averages aren't going to help you out unless maybe you go into the weekly time frame. Maybe there might be some weekly support. No, you're even below the moving averages on the weekly time frame here. Yikes, yikes. But on the weekly time frame here, you do have, you kind of are at high volume node here at 50 bucks. You're just hoping that 47 bucks, 50 bucks holds here, and then maybe you're catching the bottom. You got like multi-year lows here on Novo. And then to the upside here, it looks like the volume drops off and you won't get resistance until 66 bucks. I think 66 bucks should be your take profit target on this stock here. Alright, let's see. BC Porco, what are you saying? You've been looking for some solid entries. $billion pharmaceutical company battered down like that's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Just look like some opportunities heading our way. Yeah, I mean, to me, it makes sense to throw your hat in the ring at this price level, because you're buying it at the same price that people back in 2022 were buying it at. I think even like back in 2021 as well. Yeah. So you're near multi-year lows on this one. And any bit of good news probably set us back up to like 66 bucks. I think that's going to be a take profit target. And then once you get past like 69, 70 bucks, you got another target here of like $81 for take profit target 2 on your stock here. All right, let me go back into the TikTok, see what the TikTok guys are saying here. And you guys aren't really saying much except for Jasmine. We'll take a look at Jasmine. Thank you for the request. Let me see how much more battery I got left on the computer here. We're at 50%. Maybe got 1 more hour left, maybe. And Cardano. Okay, yep. We'll take a look at Cardano as well. We'll look at Jasmine first, and then we'll look at Cardano. So we're looking at Jasmine currently trading at about above a penny and a half, down 2.47% today. I'll turn off the VRVP for now. I just like to stick to my moving averages and my Fibonacci for now. You can see that we got some confluence right now. The price that we're at 0.0165 pennies should hold if we're going to respect the 200-day moving average, and if we're going to respect the 0.5 retracement. If not, then we could come down to lower levels here. We do got the 100-day moving average at roughly 0.149 pennies here. And you also got the 0.382 retracing at 0.152 pennies. So I think this is your buy zone between 0.149 and 0.152. I just think also it's a psychological level. People are like, oh, I'll buy this thing at a penny and a half. Okay, that should be your support zone. If you lose that, then we got the 0.236 level at 0.013 pennies, and then you got the last higher low here at 0.139 pennies. I think 0.139 pennies is your last support zone. If not, then it's going to be ugly as you go down to lower prices here. But if you're able to catch some bids, and if this ends up being a higher low, then we want to see this thing get right back to that golden pocket level here, recapture it, actually use it as support. We didn't even use it as support. We came right through down below that here on Thursday. We shot right below that golden pocket level here. Okay, so that didn't even act as support, but the 0.5 did. The 200-day moving average acted as support. So come up here, try to gain some traction. Maybe shoot right through it and go right back to the 0.786 retracement at 0.018 pennies here. And then we could start making some more higher lows, higher highs on our way to like 2 pennies here for Jasmine. I think 2 pennies is your target for now. But we do have a 1272 that says this thing could get up to like 0.22 pennies, and a 1618 that says 2.5 pennies could be possible for Jasmine. The ticker symbol for that pharmaceutical company, Justin, was NVO. Might be worth taking a look at. It's that multi-year lows right now. NVO. Yep. Okay, so now that we look at Jasmine, we gotta look at the Cardano. I believe was the next one that we're gonna look at. Okay. I'm actually trying to short Cardano right now. I think I could take it down to 85 cents here, and I'll show you my reasoning for like why I think, you know, if we're gonna have a bad weekend, right? You know, I think Cardano could come down to 85 cents here. You know, we topped out at 93 cents back here in July 21st. I got this Fibonacci pulled down to the 53 cent level here that we saw back here in June. And it gives me these numbers to look out here on the Fibonacci. And I think, you know, if Cardano is going to do a pullback here, at the very least, for a day trade, it could come down to 85 cents later on today or tomorrow. A more normal pullback, and this could still happen later on this weekend or going into next week, as we could see Cardano come right back to 80 cents here. And that's your 618. I'm sorry, yeah, that's your 618 and your 65 golden pocket level here. 80 cents should be a support area for Cardano. You also have the white line, the 21 EMA could act as support at that level. For the moving average guys that like to use moving averages, you could get support at that 80 cent level. I think 80 cents is a key level for Cardano to hold as support. And then moving forward, if Cardano actually catches the bids and we're still in an uptrend, you know, we've got that psychological $1 level, or the 1272 at $1.04, and then we got the 1618 as a upside target at $1.18 for Cardano. Let's see what the oscillators are looking like here for Cardano too. RSI high of it's at 69, so it's close to being overbought here. And then MACD is showing the buying pressure is here, but once you start seeing light green showing up, that probably means it's that's the top for Cardano. Okay. And then over here on the market cipher B, you had a green buy dot here on August 7th, but after green comes red. We're just waiting for a red dot to show up on the daily time frame, and then that's going to help justify that, yeah, we should probably be taking profit on Cardano, maybe entering some shorts. That could happen later on today or tomorrow, especially if we drop down in price from where we are right now. We could see Cardano come down to I believe at the very least 85 cents, maybe 80 cents. Okay. Let's see how my short is doing. I do have a short on Cardano on Mexi, and I entered in at about 0.92 pennies, which is kind of like where we're at right now, right? Slightly above it. I'm only using $37 of my own money in this trade, and I'm down $2. Okay, I went into this short before I went to this live stream. But yeah, I am shorting Cardano because it actually had a pretty good week this week. And I think there's a lot of room to come down to the downside here if crypto is going to have a bad weekend here. I think Cardano is going to be the one that I want to short. Alright. I don't have any more requests here. Let's see what else is going on in the markets here. I kind of want to take a look at CoinMarketCap. See which coins did well this week and which ones had a rough week. So over the last 7 days here, the cryptocurrency that was making the most out of the top 100 was OKB, up 98% for the week. Congratulations to the OKB investors and traders out there. And then next after that was Aerodrome. Aerodrome Finance had a pretty good week. I actually do have some Aerodrome spot bags myself, so I'm happy to see that. Aerodrome up 38% this week. Could be a short target if we have a bad weekend and a bad week coming up. KuCoin is also up 23.8% for the week. It's been a roughly good week for a lot of these cryptos. Some of them are in double-digit gains, up 20%, and these are some of the ones that did pretty well. Cardano also had a pretty good week, up 16% for the week. Hyperliquid up 14.75% for the week. Chainlink up 12.4% for the week. And then the ones that actually had a bad week here was actually SPX 6900. This could be a potential, meme coin to get into that's been beaten down, and you could possibly catch the lows here. And if we have another bad week, obviously you might be able to buy some more at a cheaper price. But if this thing's been beaten down already, the likelihood that it's going to get beaten down severely again for the next week is less likely. And maybe SPX 6900 might be a meme coin you might want to get into because it already had its bad week already. Another one here, Conflux, down 16.7%. Story IP down 15.8%. Monero also had a bad week as well, down 14.2%. And Pudgy Penguins, another meme coin here, might be worth looking into. So it seems like some of these meme coins had some bad weeks here. Pudgy Penguins, Floki, Bonk, and then Virtual Protocol also had a bad week as well. So these are some coins might be worth taking a look into because they've already had some bad weeks here. Maybe if we get a bounce next week, these coins could probably bounce the hardest because they've already been through the ringer already this past week. Alright, you found the Pulse Chain ticker for TradingView. It's WPLSDAI. Alright, I'll take a look at it. If you're able to find it for me, and I'm able to get it, I'll take a look at it. WPLSDAI. Alright. Are these the droids we're looking for? I think you remember saying you said it was at like 0.0005 pennies, right? Yeah. So if this is the one, I might even add this to my list here so I don't have to look for it again. Alright, I just added that to the favorites here. So next time someone requests this Pulse Chain, I'll have the right one. Okay. So here we got Pulse Chain. We look at the daily time frame here. Pulse Chain clearly above the moving averages here. Already had a few good days and a few good weeks here. I like the fact that you got above the highs here in May. That's good to see. So you're making higher highs as you confirm your bull trend that you're in. But you're coming up on some resistance here. Sideways trading action back here in January. people that bought in January are probably going to click the sell button if they want to just break even. I'm going to go ahead and turn the VRVP, see what the VRVP has to say here. And that's that green and red indicator off to the right. You got the green is the buys and the reds are the sells at different price levels here. And the more buy and selling action, the more likely that price is the price that you want to pay attention to. And we have the POC, that blue line. This is the point of control. It's sitting at 0.0049 pennies. Basically where we're at right now. So you're coming up on resistance from this POC. When you're above it, it could act as support. So maybe this is acting as support for now. You want to hold this level, because if you don't, then you're probably going to drop down to lower levels here where you might see I'll just say 45.19 here. If you lose 45.19, then it's going to be even steeper drop. You're going to lose all this. You don't have really much support until you can come down to this 35.33 level here, and that's actually right where the 200-day moving average is sitting at. So wouldn't surprise me if we came right down to the $3,500 level where the 200-day moving average is sitting at. Okay, so don't lose 4,500. Okay, I think you still be bullish on Pulse Chain if you don't lose 4,500 here. And now if you move on to higher prices for Pulse Chain, there's going to probably be some steep resistance at 58.57, which is where your value area high, this white line, is at. And then once you get past that, okay, then the volume drops off, and then you might see more resistance at 68.60. That should be a take profit target for Pulse Chain here. And then I kind of got to zoom out a little bit more, and you got a high volume node sitting at 8,000 for Pulse Chain. That could be your take profit target too, your long-term take profit target, which is almost a double in price from where you're at right now. So hopefully you were able to write down those targets that I gave you there. 8,000 seems to be a long-term target, and then also short-term target 5,900 or 6,000 should be a target as well. Alright, so that's Pulse Chain in a nutshell. Alright, Otis wants us to look at OPS on H-bar. And Dizzle, we already looked at Ethereum. Ethereum could come down to like 4,100, which is the previous high from December of last year. But it can also, if it catches bids, it could probably try to make its way up to $4,800, which is where the all-time high was for the last previous cycle for Ethereum. But yeah, let's take a look at OPS. And you say OPS on H-bar. Octopus? Is that the one that we're looking for? I'm trying to figure out which exchange I want to look at. I guess Bybit's good. Yeah, look at it on Bybit. OPS trading at 71 cents, almost 72 cents, down 4% today. I have the VPR on, why not? You know, we'll just leave that on here. Let me zoom in here. It looks like we're kind of right at our POC, the point of control, at 72 cents here. Upside, we could have some resistance at 78 cents, which is where the 200-day moving average is at, and also you got high volume nodes there. Downside target, don't lose the 50-day moving average at 67 cents, because that's confluent with the VRVP, and you have a gap here that says we could see this thing come down to like 60 cents, and then even lower down to the value area low at 51, 52 cents here. Okay, those are your downside targets for Octopus here. Upside target, we'll revisit. If we can get past the 200-day moving average at roughly 78 cents, the volume drops off on the VRVP, and you have a value area high that says you have resistance at 91 cents, so that could be take profit target 1. and then you have a drop in the VRVP again, and then you have some more volume here, $1.10. Could be take profit target 2, and that's like where this thing was trading at in February earlier this year. This thing was at like $1.10, $1.15 here. Yeah, so I think that's going to be your take profit target, long-term target, as this thing tries to climb back up to higher prices. Oh, I see, John 316. Let me guess, John, you want us to look at Kronos and ZBCN. John says he's at the beach today. Smash the likes. I appreciate you coming into the live stream, John, and I'm glad to see that you're enjoying your beach day here. Tomorrow I get to enjoy myself off. I'll be camping, and there won't be a live stream tomorrow, and there probably won't be a live stream on Sunday either. So glad you guys were able to make it in today. There'll probably be a live stream most likely Monday afternoon. This is when I'll probably go live again. But yeah, this weekend I'm going to try to enjoy my weekend, because we only have so many good weekends left here in the summer, and then it's back to cold weather again, and rainy weather sometimes. If I have a nice sunny weekend, I'm going to take advantage of that and go camping. John says he's good. Okay, all right, yeah, because we look at Kronos and ZBCN, and it's like, if you look at it every day, it's the same targets. We're still looking at the same targets here. Let's see, D2 Miami's in the live stream. Do you have a request for a crypto? Oh, you do? You want to look at SUI? Sure, we can look at SUI for you. Let's see how much more battery power I got left. I got 34% left here on battery power. Probably continue going live for another 30 minutes before I lose. I wasn't able to plug in this computer. There's no outlet where I'm sitting at this D'Angelo's, but they got free Wi-Fi. And yeah, this is what I gotta do to improvise here. So we're just going live on battery power, and let's take a look at SUI now. SUI currently trading at $3.69. Actually, what's Cardano? Cardano's moving up here. Are we catching the biz again today? Or this afternoon? It's like a repeat of yesterday. Right? We sell off in the morning, and then we kind of like start pulling ourselves back together again in the afternoon, going into the evening hours. Let me get rid of the VRVP for now. SUI currently trading at 369. I already said that. If we come down to lower levels, we might get some support on the golden pocket at $3.59 for SUI. We also got the 618 at 352. I think this level here is a good area to buy up some cheaper SUI if you're inclined to do so. You also got the 50-day moving average. This green line is slightly creeping up here, and that should provide support at 345. SUI might actually come down to that 50-day moving average, say hello, and then peace off and go up to higher prices here, where you could see the 786 retracement at like $3.92 is where SUI could go to the upside here. Let me get rid of that. So I think you're probably going to bounce between the 618 and the 786 retracement. Buy here, sell here if you're day trading it, or short-term swing trading it. But you want to see if can SUI get back up to that $4.44 level that we saw back here on July 28th. That was good to see. Making a higher high compared to that previous high back in May. That was good to see, but now you're making lower highs, alright? That's not good to see. We don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. We want to go to higher prices, right, for SUI? And if SUI does go to higher prices, then, we got the 1272 at $5.09. I think that still holds true. And then you got the 1618 at $5.92 for SUI. And then maybe later on in 2025, going into 2026, you might see that $8 SUI. That's your 2618 fib extension level. And sure, you know what? I'll give you a bonus. You got a $10 possible SUI here at 3618. Alright? But this is what we're looking at for SUI. I think it's as steady as she goes for SUI. Let me just go ahead and hide this Fibonacci. I mean, you're above the moving averages. You're losing the 21 EMA as of now, but you are above the moving average. You're doing fine for SUI. You just might come and say hello again to 50-day at $3.45 there, if you do come down to lower prices. I think SUI will do a shallow pullback. I don't think it's actually going to come down to 200-day moving average, but I could be wrong. If something really bad happens between now and when it does happen, then yeah, you got the 200-day moving average at 313. I think that's a very strong support area for SUI. SUI is one of the cryptocurrencies that actually stays strong, so I would be surprised if it actually does come down to 200-day. Alright, so that's SUI in a nutshell. Let's see. Want to take a look at Render as well? Okay, take a look at Render. Uh-oh. My battery down to 29% here. You see my screen got a little bit dark there. Let me just bring that back up. So this might have to be the last request before I have to close things down here on the live stream. We're looking at Render now, currently trading at $3.78 here on Coinbase Exchange. Render has been trying to fight up against this 200-day moving average, acting as resistance. Every time it gets above it, it goes below it again. Gets above it, goes below. Then we really came below here on August 2nd. Now we're trying to get above it, but every time we try to get above, the 200-day moving average is going down, so trying to get above that bar is becoming a little bit easier for Render. We only have to stay above 395 to get above the 200-day moving average. Let me get some water here. But yeah, actually get above the 200-day moving average, and I think more money will start flowing into Render here. Let me turn on the VRVP. We'll see what the levels are if Render does go up to higher prices. You got a gap that says that we could see Render shoot right back up to 445. Could be some resistance there. Then get past that 450 level here, and then you get the value of your high sitting at 491, which is a level that Render was trading at back here in May. Okay, but I would like to see Render actually start making higher highs here. Okay, that would probably tell traders here that we have some potential to go to higher prices. Obviously, if we're going to higher highs here, I want to see Render get above this high here back in May at like 550. Yeah, 552. Show me you can do that, Render, and I'm pretty sure more money will stop pouring into it. And then after that, what's happening here? Okay, then I think there might be some more resistance at $7 Render, and we'll see if Render can get back up to the levels here in December when we saw $11 Render. That would be nice to see, right? But so far it's just lower highs and lower lows for Render. You've recently just started making higher lows here, so try to maintain this trend that you're doing here for Render. Keep doing that. You lose this downtrend, you lose this uptrend, and I think it might be game over for Render. You might not want to stick around to find out, because Render could come right back down to the lows here where we saw it like $2.60. Yeah, I don't want to stick around for that. I think if you lose that low here on August 2nd at like 334, you probably want to put your stop loss over there, and you probably don't want to participate in Render if it's going to go below 334. Right? Yeah, this level. Don't go lower than that. If you do, then you probably want to get out. D2 Miami wants to look at Cardano. We actually did look at Cardano a few coins ago, but we'll take a look at it one more time. I think Cardano could get some support at the 80 cent level here. which is where you have some confluence with the 21 EMAs at that level, and also you got the golden pocket at that level. In the next couple of days here, if we have a bad weekend, you could see 85-cent Cardano try to hold support at that level there. Okay, but if Cardano's going to continue being bullish here, then we got the 1272 at $1.04, basically psychological level at $1. Some people might want to sell. Then we got the 1618 saying that $1.18 could be in the future here for Cardano, maybe September or October. And then we got the 2618 saying $1.58 is still a possibility for Cardano, maybe later on in 2025. You want one last one? Okay, Near Protocol. All right, guys. If you guys want to learn how to do a Fibonacci, I do have a Fibonacci video. But if you want some one-on-one on how to draw a Fibonacci and how to use the moving averages and everything that we're looking at here on the charts, I'm trying to see who is willing to do a one-on-one, and we'll figure out what the hourly rate will be for that. But I'm willing to give like 1 hour of my time, or maybe 2 hours of my time, to anybody that wants to learn about the charts here. Okay, and we can set up as a Zoom, or we could try to do it here on TikTok as well for a one-on-one tutorial tutoring session. All right, just throwing that out there. Anyways, back to Near Protocol. We're seeing Near Protocol currently trading at $2.69, and Near Protocol is hovering near the 200-day moving average, trying to act as support at 200-day moving averages, right at the price that we're at, $2.69. Then you got some more support at the 100 and the 50 at 256 and 252. That might be where Near Protocol goes down if we have a bad weekend here. But it is nice to see that Near Protocol is getting above the 200-day moving average. I want to see it make higher highs. This is a little bit disconcerting. It almost made higher highs. We got to like $3.06, which is close but not enough, because we got up to 310 on July 21st here. So what is that all about? You're kind of making lower highs here again. Okay. But I do want to see Near Protocol go higher than that. I want to see it get back to highs back here in May at like 336 and 334. So that could be a take profit target level. We'll highlight that. Let's try to get to that level there. 337, 336 is a take profit target for Near Protocol. And I'll turn the VRVP now, and we'll see. Okay, we'll see what Near could do here. I think once you get past 337, you got a gap in the VRVP. You got a little bit of volume here at 423, but most of the volume is actually going to be here at like basically $5. You could target $5 here for Near Protocol, and that's about almost like a double from where you are right now. I think if we have a bad weekend here, scoop up some Near Protocol at 250, where that point of control is sitting at, that blue line. And then you could just sell your Near Protocol when it gets to $5, and you got yourself a double with Near Protocol. But yeah, that's the. I think I could do one more crypto here, and then my battery's gonna die. Actually, it looks like it's gonna die right now. I'll do this one last request here. Anyone protocol, and then that's gonna be it for today, guys. Appreciate you coming out to the live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. I mean, I guess I could still do a TikTok live stream, because I still got my my laptop, my iPad here, so maybe I might have to just do a TikTok. But for my YouTube guys, my live stream is going to be coming to an end here soon, because I'm about to run out of battery power here on my computer. Anyways, we're looking at Anyone Protocol currently trading at 69 cents. We got the VRVP here. I'll try to do this quick and fast here. Value area high sitting at 79 cents. That could be a first take profit target. If you get past that, then the volume drops off, and it looks like we got some high volume here at $1.28, which is the level that you were trading at back here in December. That could be where some people want to sell on you just to break even. And I think we might even see another take profit target here at like a $2 level here for Anyone Protocol. But going back to the daily price action here, To the downside, you have your moving averages below you. 50-day moving average could provide support at 52 cents. And you got some high volume here on the VRVP at 52, 53 cents. So I think that's going to be your downside target to scoop up some cheaper any1 protocol if you're able to do so, if it does go down to those lower prices here. And I think that should be it. I mean, you got the 200-day moving average at 48 cents. You know, that's even better than 52 cents. But yeah, anywhere between 48 and 52 should be a good level to scoop up some cheaper any1 protocol if you're inclined to do so, and get some cheaper crypto here. Alright, yeah, my battery is still coming down. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the YouTube live stream, and I'm gonna try to continue doing TikTok for now, because I could probably still use my iPad here, right? I can use the iPad to basically continue on with TikTok. So if you guys are on YouTube, come check out my TikTok. You know, if you have TikTok here, check out Meet Damien on TikTok, and you can still put in some requests here. It's the same handle. It should be Meet Damien. You should be able to find me on TikTok, and you can come join the 5,200 followers here that are following me on TikTok. But yeah, guys, you can see, yep, there's my energy saver coming on. And that's going to be it for this live stream here. I'm going to close out my YouTube live stream. We'll listen to some music for you guys. But that's going to be it for YouTube here. Alright. I will see you guys on the next live stream. We'll be going live on Monday afternoon around this time. Take care.